In today's video, I will show you how to render 3D model in iOS using Objective-C for React Native's new architecture. Now I have already made this video, but in that video I was using Swift. To be honest with you, like you should use that video if you are making a real world project, because personally I don't really like Objective-C, but the problem with using Swift is that you won't be able to make third-party library out of your npm module. So I will show you this issue from which is present inside the React Native's new architecture working group itself. And this guy Ricardo, I think he works for Meta or Microsoft, either one of them, but he's a constant contributor to React Native's new architecture, and he has purposefully said that it is unusable with Swift. Again, like I have already showed you how to use it with Swift, but that you can do only if you make those changes for your own project. You won't be able to export it as a third party library. So that's the issue with it. But if you, and I have already made a video on Android for this as well, like previously the first video I made around 6 months back, we were facing issues with Android, but the latest video which I have uploaded, it works for Android as well, and I have also shown how to do animations for that. So yeah, let's get started with Objective-C. Now here I would be loading a 3D model from network. So firstly, let's get started. So one thing which you have to do is you have to open your iOS folder inside Xcode, and this is only for Objective-C. We don't have to do this for Swift. Again, if you're interested in Swift, watch my previous video. So you will have to import this model.io.framework as well as scenekit.framework. Okay, so these two things are necessary, and so here is the output as well. So here you can see I'm loading a usdz model. Again, for iOS you have to use usdz model, so you can copy paste this code. Like I am using an usdz model which is present on Apple's developer website, and to import it you can use something like this. Okay, now for the main implementation part, so you have to create a folder called rtn3d renderer, and before that make sure you enable the new architecture for Android, for iOS as well. So what you will have to do is cd to iOS directory inside your terminal, and then run this command bundle install and an rct new arc enabled equal to 1 bundle execute pod install. So this will enable the new architecture for your application for iOS. Next, just create this folder called rtn3d renderer. Again, I am not covering the Android part, that is covered in different video. Go watch that if you're interested. Then package.json. So if you come to Fabric native components, you can just copy paste it from over here. So I have just copy pasted it. Only this name is changed, this pod spec name is changed, this name is changed. Next, I have created a pod spec file, again copy pasted it from docs, and only this name has been changed. Next, create a JS folder, inside that rtn3d renderer native component.ts. Again, I have copy pasted this from docs, but I am passing a URL and file name with extension. Animation count is not necessary for iOS because I have not figured that part out yet, so you can ignore it for now, and this name should be changed. So file name with extension is required because once you send the URL, what I am doing is that, suppose the file name is abc.usdz, then for the very first time I will download the 3D model from network and cache it inside our internal directory. Now the second time once you load the same URL with same file name, then I am just showing it from the cache. I am not downloading it again. But suppose if you change the URL tomorrow, make sure you change the file name with extension as well, otherwise it will keep showing it from the cache. So that's the important part. So you just have to change this name. Every time you change the URL, you can give any name you want, whatever makes sense to you. Next, go to iOS, create this header file, and inside this you will have to import these three lines. So this is for scenekit model.io and scenekit model.io.h, and here again I have just copy pasted rest of the code from docs, only this name is changed. And here I have also updated NSURL session download delegate, because we will be downloading the file from network. Then create this rtn3d renderer manager.mm. This is an Objective C++ file, that's why the extension is .mm. Again, this has been copied from docs, only this name has been changed, this has been changed, this has been changed, and here I am importing these two props, the file name with extension as well as URL. Next, I have created this RTN 3D renderer .mm file, and again this has been copied from docs, only this name has been changed, this has been changed, this has been changed, this has been changed, and this has been changed, and again this name has been changed, this has been changed. These two things I have added because we will get the file name as well as URL from React Native side to the native side. Next, here again this has been copied from docs, only each file name has been changed. Here we are creating a UI view. Inside that we are creating a scene view which will load our 3D model. Again, this has been copied from docs and only this name has been changed, and again this has been copied from docs, this name has been changed. And here I'm initializing our UI view to occupy the entire width and height. Then we are initializing our scene view, adding it as a subview to our UI view. Then I am applying NS layouts constraints to our scene view, and this has been copied from docs. And here this is the again, I am not an expert in Objective-C. What I have done is that in my previous video in my previous video I have done all this implementation with Swift, so I have just converted it to Objective-C. So like this is the code for checking whether the file already exists or not. So once you send a URL, it will first check whether this file with this name exists or not. If yes, then directly load the model. If not, then download that model from network. Then here we are downloading the model from network. So this is the code for it. Again, I have just copy pasted this code from from Stack Overflow. Even I am not an expert on this, and this is for downloading the task. Okay, and here you will get once the model is successfully downloaded, and once it is downloaded we are just loading the model. And this is a helper method for getting the documents directory where our file is exactly saved, and this is for loading the model. So again, this has I have just copy pasted this from docs. Like all it does is that it takes the 3D model and display it inside our scene view. And here we will get the props which we send it from React Native side. So here I am assigning our props to our URL and file name string variables which we have created at the top, and once those are not null, this is how you check not null in Objective-C. Then we just call this check file exist, and once check file exist is called, it just checks whether if file is already downloaded or not. If not, then download it and then show it to the user. And this everything else is again copied from docs, and only this name and this name has been changed. Once you do that, you will have to open your terminal, then run this command in the root of your React Native project. Once you do that, you will have to do cd ... It will move you outside your React Native project. Then you will have to run this command, but make sure while running this command you have to change rnapp to your project name. So my project name is rnapp, so here as well as here change to your project name, and in case if you have given different folder name, you have to change it over here as well. And for iOS, cd to iOS directory, and then run this command. So this will just install the pod for you, and if you want to use it, you can use something like this. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.